Now it is time to work on weight and balance. Before we do that, let's take a look at the weight and balance and equipment list section of the POH. I'm using the pilot information manual of Cessna 172S NAV3 GFC 700 AFCS aircraft. The good thing about POH is it has a standardized format, meaning whatever aircraft you use, if you have a POH, section 6 will always be weight and balance and equipment list. Let's take a look at this particular pilot information manual. These are the table of contents. I recommend reading the introduction. All of this is very important information which is more often than not overlooked because we dive right into solving weight and balance scenarios and weight shift formula, all of these things. But it is very important to read these to avoid errors, and sometimes you might be learning errors that people are teaching you because they did not read these procedures, and you are the one who is supposed to break that chain. The only way you can do it is by reading the notes. This is the weighing form. This gives you a rough idea of the arms or the fuselage station in inches and the waterline in inches. This is not used as often as the rest of the information in the weight and balance section, but you should know how to read it. And this is a continuation of the airplane weighing form. You have to follow all of these procedures to weigh the aircraft. Let's take a look at a sample weight and balance problem first. Again, make sure you read all of this information because it is very important. Read at least once so that you have an idea of what is given here. Now, sample loading problem. This is where our calculation comes in. A sample loading problem is always given in every pilot information manual and a POH so that it helps you weigh and load your aircraft properly and calculate the CG after loading. This is just a general outline of how you should do it. You can have your own method of doing it. As long as you incorporate all of these values, you should be fine. Let's take a look. I have created a sample problem for the same. As you can see, I have used the same basic empty weight as the sample data here, and the moment is the same as well. Here the moment is given 62.6, but that is divided by 1000. When you multiply this with 1000, you get the actual moment figure. So that is what I've written here. Then fuel. Usable fuel is usually either full tanks in the Cessna 172 or tabs or the reduced fuel quantity, which is given over here, 35 gallons. So I took 35 gallons and 35 times 6, because 6 pounds per gallon is 210. Then I'm considering a pilot and a front passenger weighing a total of 300 and a 50-pound baggage. That information is inserted in the weight column. Then you have the arms column. We have already seen weight times arm is moment, and then we calculate the total moment and the total weight, and then divide the total moment by the total weight to get the CG at the end. Now, where do we find the arms? The arms are present over here. The loading arrangements, it gives you all the arms. As you can see, I've taken 48 for fuel, which you can find over here. The usable fuel CG arm is 48. Then pilot and front passenger is 37. Now 37 comes with a star. What does that mean? Pilot and front seats, center of gravity on adjustable seat position for average occupant, which means these two seats can move forward and aft based on the leg room required by the pilot and the passenger. Now with the forwardmost position, the arm will be 34. With the aft position, it will be 46. The average is 37, and that is why I've taken 37 to make calculations easier. Then comes the rear passenger. Now rear passenger seat is not adjustable, meaning it cannot go forward and back, hence 73 is the arm. Then you have the baggage area A, which again has double asterisk next to it. Arm measured to the center of the area shown. So baggage area A is 95. Again, a baggage area has some length, and that is why it has a range, but we take an average. Instead of taking 82 to 108, we just take 95 to make the calculations easier. And then there is baggage area B with 123 as the average arm. So you put all the arms over here. Then we are going to multiply weight times arm to get the moment for each of these values. Let's do that. Alright, done with the calculations. Now remember, you can find the basic empty weight and the moment in the weight and balance that is provided in the POH of the aircraft. Once you calculate all of the moments, you total the moments over here and then you total the weight over here. The CG will be total moment divided by total weight, which will be 40.20